Hey guys! It's your girl Cherish from the Motley News. We're going to dive right into this video without me dealing with the explanation of why you haven't seen me in several months. Sorry about that. School is back. I don't know what else to say, but I want to thank those who are still sticking around and thank those other people who actually subscribed in my absence. Thanks for, checking me out and sticking around. I'm going to get right into the business of describing my video today, which is a book haul. Yay! Whole bunch of books in my possession that I'm going to take forever to read. But the simple fact of just having these things in my possession makes me super happy. And you guys have seen book haul videos before. You know that people buy these books and you'll never know if they read them or not. But I'm going to try my best. So my friend Sandra and I went to Barnes & Noble. Sandy is a friend of the show. You might know her as Bookstahooda. I'll include a link in the description box so you can check out her videos. She's all about books, she's all about writing, and, fun, cute, nerdy stuff. Sandy and I love hanging out, and when we do, we try to make a trip to Barnes & Noble so we can just walk around and window shop and sometimes pick up stuff. This last trip, I picked up a shit ton of stuff. Thing that's not a book is, sorry for the squeak, a Funko figure of Bob Ross. I'm just gonna leave him here. Hey, look at him. He's so cute. That is what I picked up at Barnes & Noble. It's not a book, but he's hella cute. Look at his little dungaree jeans. It's basically a Canadian tuxedo. Put him over here and he can watch while I do this video. Let me go through these books because I'm really excited about some of them, and some of them, I'll tell you why. First off, I've got an Amanda Quick novel. She's a historical romance novelist who typically sticks in the Victorian England era, and this particular book is a part of a series called Ladies of Lantern Street novel. This is a series that has to do with quick-witted women who are running around solving mysteries and evading kidnappers, things like that. And they meet tall, dark, sultry, handsome men who assist them. And this one is no different. I am, about 60 pages in. So far, it's like every one that I've read before. I like Amanda Quick because I've read her Victorian English romance novels for quite a while. She's really good at what she does, very descriptive, very sexy scenes, but also very super demure. So she's definitely all about her time period. It's kind of coy. This is Amanda. She's a feisty redhead, and I like her stuff. The blurb says it's a fast-paced, suspenseful narrative that is also a touching love story. The next romance novel that I picked, and this has been a kind of romance trip, and I'll tell you why that is. I'll tell you why that is in a moment. But the next book that I picked up is called The Forbidden. It's by Jodi Allen Malpass. The blurb says, "The one night she can't forget, the temptation she can't escape." It's quite a nice cover. Oh my gosh, sorry. I am halfway through this book and I'm not the hugest fan of it. I tell you why, because the really cool, career-driven female protagonist, she's great and everything, and I think the writing is pretty good, but she's had a one-night stand with a guy who's super intense and sexy, The guy happens to be married, though. Sorry for the spoiler, but I'm just telling you why I'm not really enjoying this one too much. When I read romance, I prefer it not to be super messy with other women drama. I like for it to be nice and neat and, you know, the growing of a regular relationship that doesn't have to deal with love triangles. I'm not a super huge fan of that. And I've never believed a guy who says, I'll leave her eventually. It's not. It's very lifetimey. I'll finish it. I'm halfway through, like I said, but I'm not particularly enjoying it just because of, like, I don't know, the real world implications of women getting dicked over by dudes who are kind of manipulating them. I'm not into that. The next one I'm super pumped about because it's based on a podcast that I've been listening to for quite a while, and it's called My Dad Wrote a Porno. Look at this nifty little hardback book. It's very pretty. It's red and golden, and you heard that correct. My Dad Wrote a Porno is delightful and a sensation, says Variety and The Guardian. This is based on a podcast. Jamie Morton found a manuscript that his dad had been working on called Belinda Blinked. His dad has been writing an erotic novel, and so Jamie thought it would be a good idea to gather his two friends, James Cooper and Alice Levine, and sit and read this novel out loud and record it for a podcast. And Belinda Blinked has just been really taking off. Jamie's dad chose Rocky Flintstone as his pen name. I don't know where he got that from, but this is the fully annotated edition of Belinda Blinked 1. Just so you know, I think there are about 4 seasons of My Dad Wrote a Porno, and each season is a different book of the series that Rocky Flintstone has written. This is just the first season, and as you can see inside, it is indeed fully annotated, because, you know, quite honestly, Jamie's dad is not the best writer. He's not even a really good writer. It's really entertaining how bad this romance is, and if you want an example of what not to do in the genre, this is your book. It's flippin' hilarious. There's so many notations, so much stuff written in the margins, language alert, cultural context. Rocky Flintstone has a habit of making his characters especially one-dimensional, and it's usually by nationality, and so he inserts a lot of not offensive, but, you know, very stereotypical stuff associated with different characters from different European countries. Like the Irish character, it's verging on something a little offensive. This book is so adorable. I can't wait to read Belinda Blinked. I'm not really reading it for the story. I'm reading it for the, you know, hilarious notations attached to it. So there's that. These next 2 books, I think, are going to be helpful reference guides for me for the new chapter in my year 2017. I have decided, along with Sandra from Bookstahooda, that I'm going to try this NaNoWriMo thing again. Write a novel during the month of November. I tried it once before. I fell apart pretty quickly. I'm going to try it again and see where I get. Sandy's also trying it. We're going to do our best to update you weekly on our progress. And this year I'm going to do my best to stick with it, and I'm going to try my hand yet again at the romance genre. I like reading it. I think I'm pretty good at writing it. I just need some follow through. I need to finish these things. So the next two books that I picked up at Barnes & Noble I think will be helpful in that pursuit. The first one is William Strunk Jr. and E.B. White, The Elements of Style. This is a book that I should have picked up probably when I was in high school. This is basically everything you need to know about how to write with clarity. I mean, it's like your simple mechanic stuff. And sometimes I need help with figuring out, where are these commas going? And I know that I'm an English teacher, so that might be, very blasphemous for me to say, but sometimes I accidentally slip in semicolons where they don't belong. And even I need help with my editing. If I'm going to be my own editor, I need this particular reference guide, and there's no shame in admitting that sometimes you need help with grammar, sometimes you need help with writing with more clarity, and it says it's still a little book, small enough and important enough to carry in your pocket as I carry mine, and that person, I'm sure, is a very important writer. It is direct, correct, and delightful, says the New Yorker. I think everybody needs this at some point in their lives. Just hold on to it. I'm picking this up way late in my life, but it's never too late to learn how to write correct. The next book is a interesting reference, but I think it'll be a lot more fun. It's called 100 Prompts for Romance Writers, and so far I've tried out a couple of them. They are kind of entertaining. It's just, prompts to get you in the writing mood, practicing, not letting that skill atrophy. And if you're anything like me, I'll write a whole bunch and then I'll take a really long break. And some things have not been simmering. Sometimes my writing turns from marinating to spoiling in the fridge. And I need a healthy in-between where I'm still practicing little writing prompts that keep me agile in the mind. So I'll give you an example of one of these prompts that I actually worked on. Prompt number 3 is your heroine is boarding a New York to London red-eye for business. She has an important presentation the next day. She takes her window seat and settles in, hoping to have the row to herself so she can stretch out and sleep. However, just before the plane door closes, a handsome man dashes down the aisle, bound for the window seat next to hers. Who is the man, a stranger or her lover? And what happens between them during the flight? I think I got about a page into that before I was like, okay, I think I know where I'd like to go if I wanted to turn something like this into a scene. Sometimes I don't finish all of the prompt, or I don't follow it all the way through, but it does give me something to sock away in the filing cabinet for scenes that I'd like to put in my book later. Just change around the names and copy and paste. So I'm hoping that this will be a fun new addition for my reference library, and it'll help me get on board with NaNoWriMo. Like I said, I'm going to try my best to give you guys updates on how this is going, what I'm reading during this month, and how I'm getting myself prepared. I still have the entire month of October, and Sandy and I decided it might be a good idea for us to read or reread, in my case, Stephen King's On Writing, just to get us acquainted with fiction writing and what's expected from us. I read it ages ago. It's a great book. I picked it back up from Barnes & Noble not too long ago. But I really need to read it. And I really need to get myself prepped for the month of November. I actually want to get this done. Oh my god, there's a spider coming down from the blinds. Oh god. That means I need to wrap this up. I've got to get rid of a spider. Anyway, it was nice seeing you guys again. I will definitely be back sooner than later. Please subscribe and like these videos and comment with anything that you have to offer. Oh god, it's gross. And that you have to offer to, the genre of romance or any other novel projects that you're working on, books you're reading. Let me know. Let me know down there. Until next time, take it easy, guys. Happy reading, happy writing. I've got to go kill a spider. Bye!